And the trash truck's here. Yay. Okay, this is not going to take... I've also got to look at leasing one of these. I could go with the New Holland, or I could go with the Class Jaguar. I'd probably the Jaguar because it's a thing I haven't used. And I did buy the DLC, so why not make use of it? It's going to cost me 20,000. And then Orbis pickup direct disc. Okay. Guessing that's the one I was just looking at. Details and lease on that. So it's going to cost us 25,000 to lease that kit. We've got more than enough money, and this is just for a test, which is a little bit annoying, I think. But I want to find out whether foraged corn can be fed to the sheep in lieu of grass, because grass isn't working out, or whether for the winter months when there is no grass I'm just going to have to live with sheep don't get their grass feed requirement. Okay, that is way too sharp for the baler to follow. And we made a little bit of a mess at the outside edge. But I don't want to be turning backwards and forwards here because of the balers following us. Okay, we'll run along here. I missed a little bit to the left. I am going to have to swing out in order to get us lined up better. So like I said, we'll finish off this end. We'll do the patch at the other end. Probably going to have to empty this before I attempt to cut in, so it is what it is. I think what I may do is I'll swing more wide to the right here. Try and keep that as close to header width as possible. This way. The rest of it. How are we doing on fill level? We're good. I could have stayed to the right here because we do have tank capacity. But we're going clockwise, so I'll stick to that. That bale is a little bit awkward. And there's a tiny bit left. Run out the straw swath. And that should fit. Just. Okay. So again, a little bit of shenanigans to get the baler to follow me. Pick up some of this excess straw. And I think I'll lift that. The baler will catch us, so that's not an issue. I think the baler runs at about 12 miles an hour, this runs at about 6 to 7, so it's not too big of a deal. But, pull ahead for a tiny little bit. Okay. Well, we managed to get all of it. So, success. Now, I think those bits of tufts of spelt missed at the edge of the field. It's probably about 30 litres, if that. So, it's not a big concern in the grand scheme of collecting stuff. So I'm guessing we're going to be pretty much at capacity. He says, doubting himself. Yeah, we've only got 1,000 litres left. I don't know that... Okay, we're probably not going to get all of this in one pass. Not even sure we'll get all of this bit here. And the bales are in the way. Oh. Okay. Little bit surprised. Definitely, I'm going to say not going to make this. This is probably more than, what's it, 122 litre? No, 212. Maybe. 350, 390. Okay. I'm completely wrong. I think we'll extend that there. And go jump in this. Is it worth it? No. I don't think so. We'll run back to the yard, empty this off, come back. Yeah, obviously part of the issues with this map is the fields are so large that it's not easy to just set off a harvester unmonitored on a worker, because you are going to end up almost always with just mid-row, probably with the auger on the wrong side, the pipe on the wrong side, and it's just trying to extricate yourself from wherever. But we do now have a lot of work. Well, we have a lot of work to do, but after 3 o'clock this afternoon we're going to be rain, so potentially we can leave off some of the stuff until later. But obviously the first deal with the canola is going to be doing the headlands again, which involves me doing a lot of the driving. That was probably one of my better attempts at turning around. We're a good distance from all of the sheds and what have you. Okay, back to the top of the field. It's even empty. Yeah, we've got a 39-mile-an-hour gearbox and I am struggling to make 20. I don't know if a manual shifter would do us any favours. I don't have a shifter, so even in Farm Sim 22 now with the ability to select gears and what have you, I tend not to. I let the game decide. Alrighty, we are back and very, very close to the edge. What we'll do is, that won't help. That might help. There we go. Now it's not tipping at all. Great. Okay. Other way. Turn that way. And yeah, there's 80,000 pounds of damage. Oh, not that way. Let's. I think our tractor's probably going to hit the header, which is a bad plan. Oh, actually, we've just scratched the paint off everything. Oops. There we go. That's where I should have been. Kind of made a bit of a mess with that, but we're good. Okay. Of course, every time I run down to the yard, the engine turns off. So now our rows are going to be significantly shorter each time we do this. Alrighty. Let's go cut some spelt. So around about here we are at 260, 10 meters a time, 270, 280. Let's go to 290 and cut in. No, let's go to 230 and cut in. Oh, I'm looking at degrees. Okay, well I just completely blew that plan. It's probably a little bit too far over. But I was looking at the wrong. I was looking at the angle rather than the XY coordinates to try and math this cut through. So we get close to a precise header width to the edge of the field or the edge of the crop. That's still working. This is all still working. So we are doing okay here. So now you see that previous yield green block heading south down here is now yellow. So I don't know what the deal with that is. I think it was probably lying about the previous yield on this field. Okay. So I need to head out quite a ways here to give me enough room to turn. And yeah, I should probably raise the header while I'm doing this. But I don't. Okay, here again, I think we've come too far over this way. I should have done this probably here or one row to the right. So I don't know, I'm guessing we may have up to 3 more cart loads from this field, which is another 90,000 litres potentially, maybe a little under. Because obviously the further we go this way, the much less we get from, or we fill the tank. That side, probably going to make about 2 or 3 runs. No, 2 runs before we fill a tank on that side. So are we going to empty the tank before the end here? Or fill the tank before the end here, should I say. Sadly, this is one of the slow processes. And also one I can't do with a worker, as I've said, because of the way I like to do the field and still be able to access the head, the pipe. Not exactly straight, that last pass. We're running at about 2 degrees off angle. Oh, there we go, full. That way. So this will be less than a full. Probably end up getting halfway down this stretch in order to top off. I might not worry about that. So we'll go up here, we'll come back down that side, and then I may put it on a worker on the next pass up this way. We'll top off the cart and then we'll run back to the yard. When I do that, and it'll give us a little bit more progress while I'm on carting duty. There, backwards to the harvester. in 6,000 litre load. This, I think the only regret on this mod is the rate at which it empties. It's incredibly slow. It may be possible to edit the XML on it and make it run faster. But a lot of the bigger harvesters, they dump really fast. Okay. Okay, that's better. That's a 0.7 degree angle, which is close to where I want it to be. My thought is if I come up here, there's either a full width or there's enough length on the pipe that I'll be able to empty it on the outside. Hopefully, maybe. Mess up the straw swath on the turn there. This edge looks a lot straighter, and I just missed a tiny bit again. Try to get to 180 degrees. Not easy to see that white writing on the yellow yield. We're running 180.3, which again is close enough to 180 to not matter. Okay, we're up to, oops, he says missing more. So not exactly straight. I guess we were running about 179 last time. Closer to 179 than 180. Lift that up. Turn around the end here, we'll 7,000 litres, that's pretty much all of it. Lined up with a little bit of overlap on this side. We are running at 1.7 degree, let's get it close to 0. 359.9, that's close enough. Got room for about 5,200, 5,100 litres. But that leaves the harvester very close to empty. So as soon as the tip is topped off, stick this out on the worker. Once this block's done, this is obviously the most voluminous piece of crop. I could just set a worker off on the top side and we can take over the baling and run the headlands now. At least the headlands over this side of the field. and I can always see how full the harvester is and how much concern I need to run that it's getting too full. Of course, the canola crop, completely different kettle of fish, because it is a lower density, higher value. So we're going to be able to go further on less. Village. Ah, yes, indeed. Good morning, long hauler. Yeah, I thought I was at work today and off on Monday, but turns out, unlike every other year that I've worked in the last 10 years, the New Year's days off is not matching the same days of the week that we had for Christmas. So Christmas we had Friday and Monday. New Year's we're having Thursday and Friday. Go figure. I had been expecting that I was working today and off on Monday, but I don't think it would be a good idea not to turn up on Monday, even if I did end up working today. Because I'm not scheduled for skeleton crew today, which is always an option. My compatriot decided he was going to work today and take his today day off as Monday, which kind of makes more sense. But for me, next week I've got Mrs. Osa has 2 medical appointments, so I'm taking the days off because, quite frankly, I have never managed to do anything I had even vaguely considered planning to do when the hospital's concerned. Initially it was, we just got a little appointment, 1 hour appointment, no big deal. Oh yeah, we're admitting you. And so, just okay, well that's today done. And more recently, we've got a 1 hour appointment and we're in the hospital for 5 hours on a 1 hour appointment. So, I mean, at least we got the appointment. So that's a good thing. Okay, this is not going to complete it. The harvester's almost full, so let's pull up alongside, and he is full. I